Medicare changes in 2025 to your Part D, as in drug plan, are going to blow your tube socks off. So, in this video, I'm going to go over a little bit about Part D, what it is in Medicare, but then I'm going to get into the meat and potatoes and show you some of the changes that are happening in 2025. And at the very end, tell you how to prepare for them. Let's do it. Okay, so if you're new here, I do run a Turning 65 New to Medicare webinar. And heck, if you just need to brush up on your Medicare education, it's a free webinar. Click the link below in the description. Feel free to join. So who's this video for? It's not really geared towards one side or the other. Which side? Medicare Advantage, Medicare Supplement. I'm talking to both sides of the coin here. And here's why. Your Part D, as in drug plan, if you're on a Medicare Advantage plan, is either baked into the Medicare Advantage plan, also known as Part C, right? It includes your hospital, your medical, your drug plan, and then gets a little bit of in a variety: dental, vision, hearing, over-the-counter credits, so on and so forth. So that is where your drug plan is if you have a Part C Medicare Advantage plan. If you have a Medicare Supplement plan, you have a standalone drug plan. Okay, so this video is for you both because the changes coming in 2025 will affect both sides of the coin. When we talk about changes, there's some good and some not so good, and it all depends on what you're currently taking. So the cap on drugs, on the amount you could possibly spend, your out-of-pocket costs, is going to change in 2025 and be capped out at $2,000 out of pocket from the Medicare beneficiary. So you have your basket of medication, and if you're racking up drug copays well over $2,000, then this is going to be somewhat of a break for you. So, like I said, some good and some bad changes. The bad changes, it's just the unfortunate changes, because I think you and I can both agree that the system, it's carrying a heavy load. Medicare 2-3 years ago used to be, I don't know, like $140 a month in Part B, the Part B premium. This year it's $174.70. If I could take a straw poll across the United States and ask him, in 2025, do you think your Medicare Part B premium is going to go up? Chances are 100%, if not really close, are going to say, yeah, everything is going up because it's 2024 and inflation is on the rise. So what's going to happen is, because there's so much weight on the system and it needs a scapegoat to release some of the pressure, if they're putting even more pressure in saying that, hey, don't worry, the most you're going to pay for your drugs is capped at $2,000. Well, who's going to pay for it? Because Medicare, there's three payors in a drug plan. It's you, Medicare, and the drug company. So whether it be Aetna, Blue Cross Blue Shield, United Healthcare, those companies are the one I'm talking about. So it's like a three-way kind of, okay, you're up to bat, it's your turn, and each person takes their turn stepping up to the plate. So with a cap of $2,000, I think, this is a prediction, it's not written in stone yet, like the $2,000 cap. That is written in stone. It's a part of the Inflation Reduction Act. But I think that some of the changes that you're going to see in 2025 are the actual premiums you're paying for the plan. So not the copays that you're paying for your medication, the $0 here, the $8 there. Some people are in that tier 3 specialty, maybe an inhaler costing $47. Some people gets up there. If you're taking Eliquis, you know what I mean. That's a drug copay. So what I think is going to happen is they're not going to have they're not going to have a choice but to raise these drug premiums. So you heard it here, that I'm telling you, be prepared that your annual notice of change, when it comes in October of this year, annual notices of change get mailed out mid-October, you're gonna want to actually open it and not just discard it. Okay, look at the drug plan changes and also overall changes. I'm speaking to mainly drug plans and Medicare Advantage prescription drug plans. Okay, if you're on a Medicare supplement, no changes. You're guaranteed renewable for the rest of your life, whether it's an F, G, N, or any of the other letters. So I'm talking about your drug plan. There are changes, so you're gonna see changes in premiums and potentially changes in copays, but you may see your $15, your $9, your 50-cent plan. I'm here in Texas, very popular plan is 50 cents. You may see that jump to 10, 15, $20 a month. So what you're going to need to do is, number one, contact your agent. If you don't have an agent, then find one. I'm available for hire, but not for hire. I'm available. Drop a comment below. But what I mean is, contact your agent and run through your prescription medications, even if there wasn't anything that changed, because these changes, because as of right now, there's 50-cent plans and there's $99 plans. So you want to make sure that your drugs that you're taking are on the lowest tier possible. And if every formulary basically has categories, those are called tiers. And then there's lists of medications in every tier. So you want to make sure that your medications are as close to tier 1 and tier 2 as possible, because you do not want to pay a high drug premium and high drug copays. So contact your agent. You want to run through that. You want to open up your annual notice of change. But also, here is a tip that I wanted to get to and tell you that it's not always common sense. So, and I run into this every day when I talk to clients and potential clients. Listen, I went to Walmart and I used my drug plan, and they're telling me that GoodRx has a better price. And do I use it? And I'm like, yeah. Okay, you don't always have to use your drug insurance to go get your medication. If you walk up to your pharmacist and you're looking at GoodRx on your app, or I'm gonna give you another cost saving tip too here for all my Eliquis users, Brio users, those really high specialty tiered drugs. If you can find another avenue legally, okay, legally, to get your medications, you don't have to use your drug plan. It may not always work out to be the lowest cost to you. So use GoodRx. If there's another prescription savings drug plan out there, use it. Have your insurance. You have to have your insurance, or else you're going to get a penalty, right? But you don't have to you always run your insurance plan to get your medications. So there's another thing called a Canadian drugstore. I use Canadian drugstore. There's tons of Canadian pharmacies that are online. You can find them, reputable ones. I'm going to drop a link in the description of the one I use. Work with them on a weekly basis. And there's some medication that they can source, whether it be from Canada, Australia, Turkey, you name it. Anywhere in Europe, obviously not in the United States, because if it's in the United States, you have to use your insurance. They can't offer a better price, but they're able to source 90-day supplies at a third of the cost, is what I'm saying. So if your medication is costing you a lot, look at the resources I've put in the description below and get a quote. And most of the times, these quotes, you don't need to type in anything funny, your information. They're not going to spam you. And if you're having problems with that, also let me know, because the link that I use below, her name's Amber. She's great. I don't even know if she knows that I use her, but I email her all the time, and she says, this is where I can source this medication. This is going to be the price for it. And you just order it. You don't run your insurance. You're paying out of pocket for it, but it's a better price out of pocket than if you were to run your insurance. So Be smart, be a little bit resourceful, be proactive is my main message today. Whenever you get your annual notices of change this coming fall, and it is it's Cinco de Mayo as I'm filming this. So don't say I didn't tell you so. So stay tuned for more videos. There's tons more to come. If you got anything out of this video, please drop a comment. Say, hey, tell me what you're using to discount your drugs, as long as it's legal. Tell me what you're using, and let's share this knowledge, because we can't beat the system, but heck, we can sure work it. If they can work it, we can work it too. So let's do it together. This is Medicare Media USA. My name is Alyssa Gonzalez. We'll see you in the next one.